we're going to come on over here to Muss. Don't tell me it's going to be Marvin Mims. Ty might flip the table over. Muss, your post-NFL draft wide receiver buy. He's chomping at the bit. Who is it?
All right, it's going to be Broncos receiver. No, I'm just kidding.
About to say it. I was about to say it.
This one's just coming from a guy that's had a pretty good offseason so far. Like, he just dodged a lot of bullets in my eyes, and that's Jameson Williams. I mean, it's a guy that we've been low on.
Yeah.
Me personally, I've been low on him too. I've sold him in a couple leagues in the past couple months. But when you stop and think about it, he's had actually a pretty good offseason. Like, they let Reynolds walk. They brought in Donovan's Peoples-Jones, which we know who he is. Like,
another Cleveland wide receiver bust.
Yeah. I mean, that's really nothing. But, I mean, just the fact that they didn't draft anybody, I think that kind of says a lot.
He's a big winner. He really is. You're right. He's a silent winner.
Yeah, and I looked it up on Keep Trade Cut. He's wide receiver 48. In the trade browser, he's going for a lot of seconds. Now, we don't know where the seconds are. I mean, I would probably rather gamble on a Jonathan Brooks or somebody as far as that goes. But if it's a mid to late second, I think on a 23-year-old Jameson Williams, who's actually probably younger than a lot of these receivers coming out, I might gamble on that. I mean, he's had his maturity issues. He's had his ACL tear, but, like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I said, just coming off the draft and the deepest wide receiver class that we've seen in a while, and they didn't draft anybody.
Yeah.
So he's slated to be the wide receiver 2 in a Jared Goff-led offense. So I think I might gamble on him.
Yeah, I like it, man. I like it a lot because you got to think. Dan Campbell does like this kid. I mean, look at everything he's gone through. Dan's stuck behind him, and like you said, he has quietly one of the better off seasons out of anybody.
Yeah.
Reynolds is gone. No one brought in the draft. And I'll say this, I like the way you think. I bought Jameson Williams in a league just a couple of days ago, and we're doing the start rookie draft. I traded Chris Godwin in a third, and I got Jameson Williams in a second.
Wow.
There you go.
So,
yeah, I don't mind that.
So I mean, like, I think, honestly, like, I think that's a good buy. I mean, we did see him come on in the playoffs, too.
Yeah, a big thing with him is I think he's talented. It's his head.
I know. I'm hoping he matures.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
He could. I think that's my main thing. I think between that and target share, because you got Amon-Ra, Sam Laporta, and Gibbs.
Yeah.
So he's probably the fourth option, but people get hurt.
Yeah.
People do get hurt. He's a good field stretcher guy. I just hope, like you said, I hope the maturity issues just come good for him here. Depending on who's there, like, okay, let's say this: would you rather have Troy Franklin or would you rather have?
I'd rather have Jameson.
I would too. I think he's a better player in a better situation.
JMO.
Yeah, same here. I mean, and I love Javon Baker, but he is a 4th round pick, and not everybody's Amon-Ra St. Brown. So this is a guy that they traded up for in the 1st round that they obviously have some kind of plans for him. Like you said, didn't bring anybody in. As much as it pains me to say, and I love Javon Baker, I think I'd go JMO.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I would go JMO over Leggett.
Yeah,
I would. I just don't. I don't like Leggett.
One's tough for me. That one's tough for me.
If Leggett was on another team, I'd consider it. But I just hate Carolina. I hate it. I mean, so, like, if you get him for a mid-second, like, I don't mind it depending on who's there. I mean, if someone falls, like, we really like.
That's what's tough. You got Jalen Polk. We like Jalen Polk.
Right.
You got Roman Wilson. Like,
right.
Them ones are tough for me. But I like the move you did. Like, can you package him with another player and then get a second for a third, and then kind of switch swap there. I think Jama is somebody you got to get a little bit creative with. All these guys, honestly. I mean, I can't sit here and say, like, I give up a late first for Terry McLaurin because, like, who's on the clock?
Right.
I'd much rather have Jonathan Brooks, Ladd McConkey, like, in my opinion. So you just get a little creative, like you said, make them different types of moves, or
add a veteran, add a later pick. Like,
I love doing that. Like a move that I love to do is like Devontae Adams. He's a big trade for me, just for the simple fact, like, we know the end's coming. So if you do gamble Devontae Adams on a young guy that has the upside, like, what are you going to miss out? Like, if he's a bust, if he's a Treylon Burks, like, they're probably out of the league at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love making moves like that.
And, you know, I don't think the big question is how Jameson Williams does. How does this kid that Dan Campbell drafted that plays safety and running back does next year? Like, I'm ready to see that with the Lions. I bet you there's going to be a fanfare for him, man.
And we use keep, trade, cut too, just more as like, because it's a consensus. You know what I mean? Like these rankings, it's not, maybe not always how the market goes, but as I'm looking on keep, trade, cut, a little bit of breaking news, Rashee Rice is wide receiver 50.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So Jameson Williams is
ahead of him. Yeah.
Wow.
By 2 spots.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Maybe Rashee Rice ought to be the buy.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah, we could say that till we're blue in the face, but
yeah,
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, definitely is. I think that was a good one, and you're right. I really like how you walked that out, laid it out, saying about how great of an offseason he had, because he did. He is a big winner this offseason.
Absolutely. I think another good one, in your underdog leagues, promo code DNA.
Yeah.
I love him in underdog.
Right.
Like, I don't know exact where his ADP is, but that down the field that he provides, man, like he can have them big games.
Yeah.
So.
I might be able to let you know.
Muss is in every Best Ball Mania tournament there is. I mean, no wonder Underdog sponsors the show, because Muss is like he's one of the biggest fiends on there. Ty, how do you think his Best Ball teams do?
It's a waste of money.
Wide receiver 49. He is wide receiver 49.
49.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear that? Ty said it's a waste of your money, Muss.
I know.
He ain't going to win.
He ain't going to win.
You never know.
What are you going to win?
I haven't done any, but I would probably if I tried.
Oh, yeah.
I like to let everyone else have a chance.
He sits back and does his later, the best balls, Ty.
Yeah.
I like to do it at different points of the year.
I do too.
You
to
know,
see where the ADPs
exactly.
changes.
Yep. That's definitely
especially now. There's no schedules. Like
right.
That matters.
Speaking of that, next week, May 15th.
Yeah,
that's what I heard for the schedule.
Unless Antonio Brown leaks it early, like
What a great source he's become.
Did you see he wants a roast of himself?
Does he?
Oh, geez.
He tweeted that last night. He wants to.
He just wants to be the center of attention again.
Could you imagine an Antonio Brown roast?
He's such a prima donna, man. He really is.
Good football player.
Oh, yeah.